I feel bad for DaBaby. How DaBaby became the most hated rapper? Like, why is this nigga hated?
DaBaby has slowly become the internet's most...
Like, why the fuck is DaBaby hated? I know why. One, that LGBTQ shit, and then, cause he was talking about niggas having AIDS, then something else happened. Then, I think I skipped one, but then the Megan Thee Stallion shit, another hate. And then when he dropped music, they just hating cause they're saying he flopped. So, I mean, he's a flop, so he fell off.
Most hated rapper. What did he do to earn this title? Well, his actions range from insulting fans to getting angry at flight attendants. However, the very first thing that began to turn DaBaby's audience against him was the time he'd get into a beef with kids YouTuber JoJo Siwa.
What?
The argument began after DaBaby would post a song titled Beatbox Freestyle, in which he'd hold up a photo of JoJo Siwa and call her a bunch of nasty names. The snippet was instantly shared to Twitter, where it gained over 1 million views and 42,000 likes on a post reading, "What TF did JoJo Siwa do that made DaBaby mad like that?" While some joked about DaBaby calling her out over a height insecurity, most were simply baffled that DaBaby would target a kid's YouTuber. She's literally a child, kinda out of line to be honest. Yo, that is funny AF, he really came for a whole kid, which accompanied a post by James Charles reading, "Can someone please explain why DaBaby is dissing JoJo Siwa when she's 12 years younger, 10 times richer, and 2 inches taller than him?"
10 times richer, 2 inches taller. You wonder why he's dissing her, and then you just talk shit.
Now, DaBaby had absolutely no business in responding to these comments.
He didn't need to respond to none of
y'all. Criticism. A lot of the responses were supportive, such as, "I don't think he meant nothing of it.
It was nothing.
Something
just
to say." And the others were
just
simply surprised that DaBaby went there, which is literally how DaBaby
Why?
described his own branding.
I'm gonna say, I can't believe he said that.
However, despite also stating that he
just
wasn't the type of guy to respond to things
You don't have no
online.
When it's said outside of music and I'm expected to respond and clear it up without using music, that ain't what I do.
He'd still take to Twitter to squash the drama in a post reading, "It's JoJo Siwa. My 3-year-old princess is your number one fan. I bought her every product you have out. She thinks she you. Don't let him trick you into thinking I'd ever have a problem with you. My wordplay just went over their head."
Something. Did she say fuck no or something?
"All love on my end, shorty. Keep shining."
I thought he was gonna say my kid wants to meet you or something.
Now, DaBaby's response was actually pretty decent, but since he never needed to respond in the
didn't
first
need to
place,
respond.
all it did was show everyone that he was paying attention to the drama and was unable to stay silent if he was
Yeah, he
criticized
should've never
too
responded
heavily.
there.
In the lead up to this tweet, DaBaby had established a reputation as a kind of hardcore gangster rapper, and to be on Twitter justifying why he made a diss on a kid's YouTuber felt kind of inauthentic to his image. DaBaby stated in an interview that he's doing his own thing and is not really caught up in any of the internet drama.
I'm just doing me, like I'm not even really caught up in what I got going on.
Yet in a different interview, he contradicts this by stating that he's willing to change his opinions if the internet criticism becomes too harsh.
It's about how much you value others' opinions on the internet or just, you know, people's opinion around you. I don't value it until they get to messing with my money. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. You know, now you probably need to take heed to that, you know, make some adjustments.
While this is certainly a more mature approach, maturity is rarely what people are looking for in music and entertainment. I could be wrong about this, but it often feels as though the personality of the person making the music is just as important as the music itself, and when it comes to hardcore rap, people want to follow the completely unapologetic gangster as opposed to the person who's known for responding to criticism on Twitter. This point feeds perfectly into his response to the Rolling Loud controversy, which happened only 4 months after the incident with JoJo Siwa. Whilst on stage, DaBaby would imply that people with HIV weren't welcome at his shows, and since the event was being streamed online, the internet began to discuss the comments immediately. Now, as mentioned in other videos, if DaBaby had simply stayed silent on the criticism, the problem would have disappeared. However, just like the JoJo Siwa controversy, he felt the need to clarify his position with a public statement.
I'm gonna address this one time and I'm gonna get back to giving my love to my fans. See what I'm saying? Cause what me and my fans do at the live show, it don't concern you. It's not y'all business. What I do at a live show is for the audience at the live show. It'll never translate correctly to somebody looking at a little 5-6 second clip on their phone. It just don't work like that.
This Instagram live stream only led to more people discovering what he had said, and shortly thereafter, celebrities such as Elton John, Madonna, and Dua Lipa were stating on Instagram that they were surprised and horrified at DaBaby's comments. DaBaby stated that he wasn't worried at any point during the Rolling Loud controversy.
Were you kind of scared, like how everyone was like trying to cancel you and shit like that?
Nah, I wasn't scared. That was probably my problem.
However, this is a complete contradiction to his actions, because if he wasn't scared, he wouldn't feel the need to take to Twitter and apologize, which is what he would do.
It's not because he's scared, it's because his fucking money's about to get fucked up. That's why you not hear him earlier? I only feel the need to take action with my fucking monies and say, you're not scared of them, nigga.
Instagram live stream. I want to apologize to the LGBT.
You talk about them? and you talking about someone else.
LGBTQ+ community for the hurtful and triggering comments I made. Again, I apologize for my misinformed comments.
And what he said was
HIV
fucking crazy. I don't know what he was talking about.
Is important.
Why
Going
he
back to the
said
problem
that?
of authenticity, DaBaby would go on to state that he didn't even agree with his own apology.
Even though, you know, I don't agree with it, you feel me? Like, you know, if this the example that got to be made, if this what God want me to go through, you feel me? For whatever reason, let's do it. I'm with it.
And that he only put it out because at a certain level, you have to move in a different way.
You get to certain levels in it, you know, you got to make adjustments, you know what I'm saying, and move a certain way. It's simple, you know.
Ironically, he's talking to Charlemagne, who wrote a book on how living an authentic life is the quickest path to success, which is something that DaBaby himself highlighted as the reason behind why he's been so successful.
What makes you different?
I'm
like, why do you have that drive?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just me.
Yet going back on his own statements and posting insincere apologies was the opposite to being his authentic, brutal rapper image.
As a rapper, somebody who can speak freely, and I'm not one to do all that hard work day in, day out, make all these sacrifices, get there just to be controlled like a puppet, you know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't how I get out.
Now, it didn't seem like DaBaby actually had any problems with the people he called out.
Anybody from the LGBTQ community, any of that, bro, I am not tripping on y'all. I ain't never had an issue with none of y'all. It wasn't directed to no
You should have never said that
and nothing like that. Like, it really ain't that deep at all to me.
However, because he blew the whole thing up with a bunch of his own social media attention,
Ever
the brands
since
he
then,
was working with began to drop him one by one. Fashion brand Boohoo publicly ended their relationship with him. Lollapalooza dropped him from the lineup
all
on
these
the very
festivals,
last day of the
fuck this
festival,
nigga.
citing their
That's all
founding
they
values
did.
of diversity, inclusivity, respect, and love. The Governor's Ball Music Festival, set to take place in September, announced that DaBaby would not be performing as part of their lineup. UK event Parklife cut him from the roster, though the rapper's team claims that the decision was made months before Rolling Loud. The team behind Day and Night Vegas replaced his setlist with that of Roddy Ricch. Even the Working Families Party quickly removed him from the list of celebrity performers, and on the Full Send podcast, DaBaby explained that he was set to release his own meal at Burger King, which was also cancelled as a result of the controversy.
I have my own meal at Burger King. A lot of people don't know that. It was called the Jonathan Kirk meal. They wanted to use my name. I shot a commercial for it and everything. They had my name on the box. No, that's when all the controversy.
In a different interview, DaBaby gave a dollar figure for how much his comments had
As a
cost
name.
him.
I had $30 million worth of shows on the schedule before December 31st. I was finna buy my private plane, but it is what it is. It go how it go. You know, God ain't want me to have my plane yet. He's like, hold on, man, just chill.
And while DaBaby clearly took the loss in a very respectable manner, this seemingly did little to repair his reputation, as after being invited back to Rolling Loud 6 months later, the crowd threw drinks at him. However, the worst part about the controversy was,
and then he kept getting in
DaBaby
controversy
was
with
berated
killing
on Twitter for
niggas
almost
and shooting
anything
people
he'd do.
and violence.
For example, people brought up the time where he'd attack a fan at a club.
This nigga was in straight violence for a long time. Always is. He smacked the bitch. I forgot about this.
For putting
this
a
bitch was
flashlight in his
she hit him in his face
resulting in
with the
another
flashlight,
apology
or
video.
put that bitch directly in his face, and he didn't know who was doing it. Bitch, fuck wrong with you.
Sincerely apologize for mine. I couldn't see you.
Accompanying another bizarre clip of him being rejected whilst trying to kiss a fan.
That was
which
crazy.
Also warranted some
Oh my
strange
god, I'm
Instagram
cringing.
Bizarre clip of him
Holy
being
shit.
rejected whilst trying to kiss a fan, which also warranted some kind of strange Instagram response to the event.
And he just kept making mistake after mistake
after mistake after mistake
after mistake after mistake.
There was also the time where he'd make what seemed to be a satirical tweet stating that he was voting for Kanye, which warranted responses such as, "Waste, I can't believe you're even promoting this. Baby, you got too big of a platform to be tweeting this nonsense."
Niggas like, when the baby gonna stop getting in trouble?
Bro, you're not even eligible to vote, which accompanied a different, more recent video where he'd get angry at a flight attendant for not combing her hair.
We gonna pay all that for that flight. You gonna comb your head. Straight up. Dog. We gonna pay all that. You gonna comb your head. The least you can do.
This is probably part of the reason why DaBaby believes that social media can become a negative thing once you reach a certain size.
But at some point, I think like it may be safer for you not to use it as much because you can become overexposed.
But the real question is, how has this affected the performance of his music? Well, his latest album released in September 2022, which was titled Baby on Baby 2, sold only 16,000 units in its first week, which is 87% less than Baby on Baby 1, which sold 124,000 units in its first week. The music video for one of the songs on his new album titled Boogeyman features 5 different people, one of which being an obviously gay person, and throughout the video everyone is killed besides the gay guy, before DaBaby daps him up at the end, says I ain't got a problem with you, and once again apologizes for the Rolling Loud comments. The whole thing just feels extremely performative and insincere, with this clear attempt at avoiding controversy only resulting in more controversy. Because alongside his new album's poor release, DaBaby announced that he had to cancel one of his shows after selling selling only 500 tickets to a venue which seated 14,000. Going to a DaBaby concert because I need some alone time, and I know no one else will be there. If I put all my followers in a room and sang a little song to them, then I'd have a more successful concert than DaBaby.
This was all just cap social media shit.
Was lit.
The 5,000 tickets or some shit. They left 200 tickets at my mom's job and nobody picked up one. That shit was a troll tweet and niggas fall for it. And it just pushed the narrative of that this nigga fell off, and it's just terrible. Like, you can't do nothing.
However, to DaBaby's credit, he's taken his setbacks quite humbly, having replied to his lower album sales by stating, "Not bad for the blackballed baby." There are a lot of people who have covered in the past that are clearly deserving of their poor reputations, but you could argue that DaBaby isn't really one of them. He's a hard worker with a library of incredibly...
Niggas love this man. Like, they loved him. I didn't even like him like that at all. But everybody loved him and
well-made music, yet he's been unable to keep his mouth closed on controversial topics.
They do this with everybody. Just know your place and solidify.
And change your personality to suit whatever the audience wants you to be.
You know, niggas are flip-floppers. Never try to please these niggas. Don't apologize to niggas unless it's really something bad you did. Fuck them. Fuck how they feel. There's no point. Nigga didn't do shit. Nigga just flipped on him for what? They love that nigga. They love that. The Suge shit. They love that. It's the baby shit. That baby car shit. I don't know, man. They love that shit. But now they hate the nigga. It's cool, though. Now he's a flop. Whatever. He was blackballed. Was he blackballed? I don't know if he was blackballed. I don't know. They tried it, but he's back. I feel like don't let niggas change how you operate. That's more of the story. More of the story.